Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers, also for people who find themselves on this video without any Pisces anything, okay? No Pisces in your chart, not dealing with a Pisces, yet you are resonating. Okay. I'm gonna just push that like that. All right, let's get the cards ready. This is something, I was being told, this is something that you really need to know. Like you have to really be aware of this because it's gonna affect the way you decide something important, obviously, if like, this much effort is being put into giving you the message, it's probably something super important. So let me just get the cards ready. All right. How are you guys doing? All right. Here we go. Let us see. I'm being told that something's been on your mind quite a bit lately. I don't know if it's like a life-altering decision that you need to make that you kind of can't decide. But it's like you've been in a holding pattern for I don't know how long, and now your higher self is trying to break through that. Oh, for some of you, I'm hearing that this holding pattern was initiated by someone else, not by you, like an attempt to interfere. God, I'm so sick of people doing black magic shit. Okay, can we just put that out there really quick? I'm just so sick of it. I'm sick of other people trying to get their way by doing malicious energy, magic, stuff to other people. It's a total bullshit way to deal with your lack of satisfaction with the results. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I guess that's information that you really need to know. You know, if that's a component of what you're struggling through, if that is what's keeping you in a holding pattern, knowing that that's what's happening is super duper important. Because if not, you're going to have a really hard time busting through that. Just bust a move. If you want it, I've got it. If you want it, baby, I got it. Okay, stop. That was so ugly. All right. Okay. Yep, there you go. I knew that card would come up. Yep, confirmation. Confirmation. Yeah. Whew. Oh my God. Yeah. Another confirmation. Total bullshit. It's just total bullshit. People, don't let people get their way with you, okay? There's a total, like, oftentimes in order for that malicious work to take root, what ends up having to happen is a lot of chaos, a lot of like distortion, confusion. That has to be a part of it so that you don't see this coming. Okay. Why do you think a large portion of people who do like hexes and curses, they don't tell you they're doing this. They don't do it in front of you. Okay. They do it when you're not paying attention. They do it when you think nothing's going to affect you. All right. And oftentimes people are paying others. Okay. So kind of just be aware of that. If you're dealing or have been dealing with someone super duper petty AF, they're probably paying someone. If you think they don't have the ability to do this, they've paid someone else. Okay. Oh shit. Hold on. Card flew off the massage table. Ooh, okay. All right. Oh my God. My boob smashed the card. Bent the shit out of it. It's fine. It's fine. That's a part of its karma. All right. What? Okay, so I think I'm supposed to pull more cards from that deck. It won't go in my basket. It keeps being tossed back out. So now we know there's some bullshit afoot. Now we know. And this is a general reading. Not all of us are experiencing black magic stuff, but a large portion of us probably are. Okay, a large portion probably. We probably are. All right. Okay. Okay, we're getting ready to read some bullshit. Okay. All right. So you have to shift your energy. Okay. Card number 19, shift your energy. I feel really, really strongly that the shift that your higher self is trying to encourage you to consciously choose is to shift out of this sense of like not believing yourself, not trusting your intuitive hits. How many of us, when we get something that's deemed negative, like a negative hit, a negative feeling message from our soul, like, no, I'm probably wrong. I'm probably tripping. I do this a lot. I do this a lot for myself. How many times have I been wrong when I've accused myself of tripping, making things up? Never. I can say that with confidence. I have never been wrong. Every single time that I have told myself that I am just tripping, I'm just making up this story. There's no way. No, they wouldn't. Every single time I have been right. As much as I wanted to be wrong, as much as I wanted to believe that the information I'm receiving from my own soul is somehow flawed, distorted, wrong, I'm never wrong. Ever. Ever. And I'm pretty sure you can say that too. I'm pretty sure all these little like hits you get, like, ooh, I don't know, I think that person's shady. I don't know what it is. Oh my God, I shouldn't be mean like that. You're probably right. They probably screwed you over after. And that's something we have to learn. This is something we have to finally just work through and learn, because continuing to lack that inner trust has not helped you. It hasn't helped you. It's time for you to stop being so worried about hurting someone else's feelings when you keep hurting your own. Ooh, let me just drink something. Yeah. You keep hurting your own feelings as though you don't matter. I don't know. I beg to differ. I'm pretty sure you matter. I'm pretty sure you're just as important. Let me close this. You're just as important and your feelings just as valid as someone else. So card number 15, Maximus. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? For some of us, that empty table, it's empty of foods that can nourish you, and instead it's filled with things that are rotten. Rotten intentions, probably coming from someone else. We've allowed our plates to be filled with other people's bullshit, and just a lot of really like not nourishing type of stuff. You know, at a certain point, you're going to choose to be food bougie. What that means is you only want what's organic. You only want what's freshly made. You only want what will like help you be healthy. The food you eat, metaphorically speaking, what you take in has the ability to nourish you or further cause illness further cause dis-ease within yourself. It's not just disease, it's dis-ease. You're not comfortable with who you are. A lot of Pisceans are not comfortable with the fact that you get quite a bit of intuitive information. Excuse me. It's uncomfortable because you want to believe that everyone is nice. I mean, you can still believe that, but you also have to be realistic. I'm not trying to encourage you to, yeah, no, I am. I was going to say, I'm not trying to encourage you to not trust anyone. No, yeah, I am. Yeah, no, I'm trying to encourage you to not trust people. Force them to show you by your lack of participation in it. Okay? Let them show you what their true intent with you is. When someone can't get any benefits from you and they get upset about that, then you know what their intention was. If they can't get what they want from you and they're mad, you know what their intention was. If you're no longer offering anything, giving anything, and they're still sticking around, and they've been sticking around, and they're not mad, they're not just sticking around waiting for you to change your mind, you know, you might want to get to know them better, and they might be trustworthy. But not everyone deserves your trust. Not everyone is a real friend. Just because you have the ability to love so completely to the point where you blind yourself from their bullshit doesn't mean that they have the ability or desire to love you in the way you love them. That's a fact. That's a fact. So Salty Sea Goat says, what's that smell? Rotten is rotten. So here's the thing. When things are rotten, they can still have a purpose. You can definitely use that rotten stuff and use it as fertilizer. Use it to help grow you. But you don't keep your compost pile in your house. That's like a key component of this. You can have a compost pile outside of the house. Outside, like out. What? I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, Salty. Let's see. So your next card is confirmation. So I was saying, you know, before this card was pulled, I was saying that in order for like dark attempts to be successful, there has to be a lot of confusion. There has to be a lot of distraction, conflict, just a lot of just total bullshit, you know? Boom. Lilith 2 over here, this bitch. Independence, yada, yada, whatever. So I've been in the parasitic industry for quite some time. I'm very well versed. If y'all think that I am a tarot reader, I'm not. I'm not a tarot reader. I'm not a light worker, light warrior, Sarsi. I mean, all those labels, whatever. My specialty is parasitic extraction. That means, in layman's terms, my day job is an exorcist. I deal with this shit day in and day out. A large bulk of my sessions is this shit. So I'm very, very familiar with Lilith energy, that unbalanced Lilith energy. For every demonic thing, for every dark being, they also have a light side. They're a complete being. So they have a light aspect and a dark aspect. The dark aspect does the work it needs to do to support creation by using ugly methods, hurtful, painful, trauma-inducing methods. One of Lilith's major ways she gets her dark work done for creation is by causing confusion, conflict, chaos, and oftentimes confrontation as well. She likes that. That energy really loves like senseless confrontation. It's not like confrontation like, hey, what's going on? We need to talk about stuff. It's confrontation like, what up, bitch? You know, it's just like petty ass shit. That type of confrontation doesn't get anything anywhere. It just amplifies whatever BS is already existing. So this is confirmation, because I was telling you guys earlier, in order for dark magic to really be able to be effective, a lot of confusion has to be present. A lot of attempts to confuse you, to cause you to doubt yourself, to cause all sorts of like just petty ass thoughts within you, either about yourself or about other people. That's what she does. That's her specialty. So this movement is creating movement, because what does agitation do? It moves things that are subtle, you know, just agitation. That's what agitation does. So this movement is leading to a rebirth, a period of rebirth for you. This rebirth, in order for something to be born, something first has to die within you. That rebirth, because it's not just birth, it's rebirth. In order for the new you to be born, the old you has to die. Metaphorically, not literally. So as the old you becomes worn out, further misaligned, just totally depleted, you probably will go through a dark night of the soul where everything just feels so raw. That's because you're shedding layers, okay? You're shedding layers, and that's just a part of your process. Allow the process to continue. Allow the process to take you to higher levels of self-awareness. So you'll be successful in this. Did I say Sagitation? No, I didn't. No, I did not. That might be something, though. He'll be successful in this. I almost choked on truth. You'll be successful in this so long as you really, truly dedicate yourself, okay? Just really, truly dedicate yourself to whatever this process is for you. So, Queen of Spring, brilliant, loyal. Brilliant, loyal, talented, friendly. Believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you. Maintain a balance between work and home life. So, I don't know. Maybe it's because the whole Lilith thing popped up already. But this whole wonderful people want to help you. Didn't I just say, like, people have to earn your trust? I'm totally the kind of person, just because you offer me something really, really good, doesn't mean I'm going to accept it. Oh, but it's free. Yeah, no, it's okay. I have no problem working for things. If I can't afford it on my own, I will work harder to be able to afford it on my own. Like, this is one of the biggest lessons I've learned in life over and over and over and over and over again. It's a total like sensitive topic for me, where when I let someone help me, I always have this fear, and I don't know if I'm manifesting it or if it's just like lesson after lesson where my soul is like, didn't I fucking tell you already? I'm sorry, I forgot. I get this help, but that help has definite cords, not just strings. It's a fucking cord attached. And I'm just like, yeah, no, thank you. I could do it all on my own, because I really can. I really, really can. It might take me longer. But the things that I earn on my own, that I do for myself, that I accomplish on my own, I have a greater appreciation for that. So I just kind of, be careful who you trust. Be careful who you trust. Again, in order for black magic to really be able to get as deep into your core as it can, you would need to trust blindly, basically. Because when you say, no, they wouldn't do that. That's blind trust. Like, why? The fact that you're wondering this, 73% at 10-10. 10-10-10. The fact that you're wondering and now needing to talk yourself out of believing, that's a huge red flag. Huge red flag. One of the things that my friends are helping me to learn is, if I have to ask you, like, what do you think about this person? Do you feel something? That's a screwed up situation. The fact that I'm asking is probably going to end badly. So I'm learning this. I'm really, really learning this. If I have to ask, because I'm totally a believer of, like, everyone has good in them. I want to believe that you're a good person, that you will choose to tap into your potentiality when you're ready. And if I gotta ask, Jim Otis is here because he's a dear friend of mine. Hello, salty seagull. If you want to engage him, he'll pickle your ass with his. So, fortune. Card number 27, fortune. Fortune is more than just money. You know what I mean? Fortune is so much more than just money. Fortune can lead to this concept of abundance. And abundance really can be abundance in anything. Abundance in support, abundance in love, abundance, abundance, abundance. It's more than just money. Now, if you're choosing to filter your abundance through something ugly, you'll have an abundance of ugly. Okay? You'll totally have an abundance of ugly stuff, an abundance of struggle, abundance of pain, whatever you want to call it to you will. You absolutely will. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for what we fixate on to finally reach its way towards us, but eventually it does. Eventually it does. So, oh, damn. Yeah, definitely, guys. We don't know who I have, like, personal, private relationships, connections, friendships with. So let's just be mindful of each other and really not. Okay? We have to celebrate differences. We have to. If we can't celebrate our differences in opinion, differences in perception, then maybe this is not the right place, you know? Because this is the place where I really try and stay open to allowing people to speak their mind, so long as their energy is not telling me they have malicious intent. Yeah, I mean, speak your mind, right? This is a place where I like to have people feel comfortable, feel safe. So going back to the topic, card number 41, bring it into form. Whatever you keep fixating on. I don't know why I keep having conflict with people. Well, I mean, if you're the common denominator, that's something you definitely have to consider. Why do you keep having conflict with people? Are you bringing into form that conflict? It's one thing to, it's one thing to allow people to have an opportunity to prove that they are trustworthy. And it's another thing to look for reasons as to why someone is not trustworthy. So you don't have any bad feelings about whoever, okay? Say, let's use Jim. Let's use Salty Sea Goat over here as an example, okay? Because you're Capricorn, you don't give a shit. So Jim, we don't get any problem feeling with Jim, right? We don't feel like Jim is shady. We don't feel like Jim is here to seek attention, to, do anything malicious. I have trust issues, so I don't know. Should I ban Jim? I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to wait for him to say something wicked, because I know he's going to say something wicked. I don't know. Will he say something wicked? Probably. Jim's never said anything wicked. So that's me, like, just waiting and waiting and waiting. And then finally, oh, Jim said monster. He's wicked. Ban. You know what I mean? There's a whole difference between, like, oh, something don't feel right. Something just doesn't feel right. Versus I'm going to look for something wrong. Okay, there's a big difference between the two. So don't allow yourself to get too caught up in not trusting anyone. I mean, it's okay. It's okay if you don't trust people. You have to give them an opportunity to earn your trust. But what's going to really cripple you is if that not trusting anyone becomes a solid wall to keep you separate from everyone else. There's going to be times in your life where that lack of trust is going to really cut you off from opportunities, from your learning, from connection, from support, from all of that. And sometimes we have to be cut off from it and allow ourselves to suffer, feeling so alone, in order to learn, you know what? There are a couple people in my life that they've earned my trust. I've never got a bad feeling from them. I've never gotten this like, oh, they're just, and I'm really good at getting that feeling. You just trying to be my friend so you can start your channel off of me. You just trying to be my friend because you want to start a business. You just want to be my friend because you want to get close to someone else. When I find myself saying, that's the no phrase. That means, no, girl, don't approach that. Don't try and solve that. Don't try and like convince yourself. Don't look for reasons that will excuse the Once I have an reaction to someone's energy, that's the only logical way to go. Okay? So here it goes. Oh my God, I was going to say a different word. Hex. Be still and allow the enemy to reveal themselves, okay? Just be still. You will see what you need to see to make the decisions you need to make. But so long as you're allowing yourself to kind of like flip back and forth, like, no, I can't trust that feeling. Oh, no. This person has to be a good person because they said the magic words. Love and light. Namaste. Starseed. Light worker. Hashtag it. You know, like all of that. None of that matters for real. None of that matters. The terminology, the way their aesthetic, none of that matters. It just really doesn't. I used to think that it mattered and it doesn't. I used to think that, you know, if I just like put my hair in jata, in dreadlocks, like people will know I'm like super spiritual. No, girl. First off, you done tried the cornrow shit. You done tried the single braid shit. Your hair all fell out. This is not strong enough. So I need to get rid of that thought that I have to look a certain way. Because if I continue that, I'm gonna fuck myself up permanently. Okay, that's like such a prime example of how trying to carry some sort of aesthetic to prove a point can be so harmful. Like literally, like shit, my head is not made for that shit. It's just not. It's not. It looks really cute. I really liked it, but yeah, no, like be real, girl. Be real, okay? You're not made for that. That's not your stuff. So, gosh. Okay. This topic again. Okay. So, okay. I keep saying okay, but it's not okay. Okay. Okay, number 2. Romantic love. This feels to me like someone's going to be coming to you soon talking about the T word, the TF word. This is not romantic love. I don't feel it. I don't feel it at all. At all. This feels like imposter. It feels like fakery, foolery, all kind of just weird stuff. I'm wondering if we've reached a point where we feel so alone. We feel so misunderstood that we are desperate to have a deep connection. You can have a deep connection with anyone, regardless of like twin flame, twin ray, soulmate, Joe Schmo, You know, like you don't need that type of label. You can have a very, very deep connection with someone. It's when you seek that label that you know that connection is not deep. It is something that is manufactured. I mean, I see that day in and day out, where people think that just because we're able to put that label, now it's going to be a deep connection. Well, you know, when I was growing up, like in the 80s, there was this thing, it kind of looked like a gun spaceship thing. It had like a circle shape on top, and that circle on top, and it had like a trigger, right? So that shape on top, you could just turn the knob, and each section has a letter. So like you turn it to the A, and then you turn it to the B, and then out pops this little label for every single letter that you, anyone can create labels. That's just, anyone can create labels. A lot of people ask me because they see the kind of connection. It's a very, very deep connection, very, very loving connection I have with my husband. Oh, so is he your twin flame? No, he's not. No, but thank God. No, he's not my twin flame. At no point have I ever thought he was. I've never questioned if he was my twin. Never, ever. Yeah, no, he's a soul that I have a very deep bond with through many, many lifetimes. And I don't need to affix that in order to have an acknowledgement of the depth of that connection. As a matter of fact, whenever I come across someone where I can affix that type of label, I'm like, what's this going to lead to? Yeah, no, I don't trust the labels. I just really, really don't. So it's okay for you to feel loved and to feel proud of who you are. Again, you don't need those labels. You really, really don't. When you look for someone to put a label on, regardless of what the label is. Julia, my twin is an asshole. I'm sure mine would say that too. Capricorn baby. Okay, yeah, no, it's okay for you to feel loved within yourself. Okay, for you to love yourself, for you to not need something outside of yourself in order to feel loved. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure like if someone were to ask any of my, because I found several twins, yeah, no, they'll categorize me as asshole-ish. Yeah, no, I'm still in contact with my dark twin, and you can ask him anytime, like, hey, so what do you think of her? I'd be like, you know, I love my twinnie. She's a little bit asshole-ish. Because I am. So card number 6, shock of the new. It's time for you to really change what you are so fixated on. It's also time for you to allow the shifts to occur that will allow your own shifting of the way you see yourself, your life, your journey, your purpose, your connections with other people. It's okay for this shift to take you to a place where now, like, oh, I don't think you were who I thought you were. We're just really not in alignment. Like, I really want to hold on to this, hold on to you. And this can be a friendship. It doesn't have to be something romantic. But I see that you've just been feeding off me. Like, you feed off me and you feed off me and you feed off me. And now there's nothing left for me. So I need to be real with myself about who you are and what you're doing in my life. Because sometimes people like that are allowed to stay in your life so long as it takes you to learn, however long it takes you to learn to choose yourself, to choose your spiritual, energetic, mental, and emotional health. People like that will continue to stay in your life. And it's beautiful. They're gifting you with an opportunity to learn something so profound. Now, you can sit there and be like, yeah, this person is yada, 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 bad stuff, ugly word, you know, but think about it. So how much love has to exist between two souls for one soul to agree, to volunteer, you know what, I'm going to be the asshole in your life so you can learn this. Like, you're not going to thank me. You're probably not going to realize we agreed to this. You're probably going to hate me. You're probably going to cut me out of your life forever. But I love you so much. I'll choose to be born and do this with you. How much love has to be there for that? Thank you, Oracle. How much love? To continue to be able to like agitate you, cause a lot of shifting, a lot of like uncomfortable learning within yourself. How much love does that have to take? It takes a lot. And just because here in this human life, it's something that we're probably never going to wrap our minds around, where it's like when someone hurts you, they're a horrible person and yada, yada, yada. Like, I don't see it like that. I see it as we've probably did this before. Thanks for doing it with me again. I'm probably never going to talk to you in this life, but we'll talk about it. We'll laugh about it when we're done. When you know? So, shock of the new, something has to change. The way you see yourself, the people you choose to view as your sunflowers, you know, the people who you kind of, the people who you go to when you're looking for light, because sunflowers are said to face each other when the sun is not out, because they do turn and face the sun as the sun is up. So as the sun, they turn. So you have sunflowers in your life. Who are the people that you have identified as your sunflower, a source of light during a time of darkness? We all have someone who's a sunflower. And just because we choose not to acknowledge it doesn't mean the connection isn't there. Okay? So, Priestess of Air, elevated communication needs to be allowed to take place. This is a conversation that really seriously needs to happen. It can happen within yourself because some people have developed, oh, well, shit. Excuse me, these are more cards that I set down. Some people have developed, not telecommunications, not that, telepathic communications. Some of us are able to communicate with each other without actual words. And some things, actual words are just not enough. Okay. Thank you, Aurora. Actual words just aren't enough. You can't actually fully explain what you need to say. So, High Priestess of Air, it's something that has to do with communication. Maybe a need to let go of past disappointments, let go of this sense that you were led down the wrong path, that you were misled. 22 is a number of guidance. You're being guided to your own transformation, your own metamorphosis. If you feel like you were guided to a place where now you feel alone, you feel forsaken, you feel abandoned, are you really? Because butterflies, they have to wrap themselves all by themselves on their own in order to become a butterfly. The caterpillar has to spend time all alone while it completely changes its shape, where the old form is done away with and a new form emerges. So that's what you're going through. You have to let go of this perception that this process is only supposed to go a specific way. That the whole teaching others of that it has to go A, B, C, D. I don't think so. The truth of souls is we are sovereigns. We don't travel in linear lines. Our growth is not linear. It is this like tangled mess. And when you let go of this need to understand and make sense of the mess, and you stop pulling the string, because if you've ever tangled yarn and you pull it, you've tightened that clump. That tangle is probably stuck now. The harder you pull, the harder you fight, the harder you try and force the untangling, the harder that tangle is going to stick to itself. So when you let go, when you just kind of rearrange the string and allow for it to loosen on its own, create more space, create more expansion, sometimes you'll be gifted with the opportunity to see your spiritual path. Not only is it not a linear line, occurring on a slope. Your path is like a Fibonacci sequence, a golden ratio, curling tighter into itself over and over and over as it rises as well as lowers. You are growing in all ways. So if you think your growth is going to only occur in a specific way, you've robbed yourself of that growth. When you very devoutly follow someone else's belief system, that belief system might work for them because it's filtered through their lens based on their previous earlier life experiences. Unless you live the exact same life and have the exact same reactions, exact same purpose, exact same path, that's not going to work for you. Little bits of things that people say give you the information that you need. You're not going to take in everything that I say as the word of God and I'm telling you how to live. No, it might be 5 seconds here, 2 seconds there, a quiet moment over there, where things just kind of snap together. Things that include other words that other people say, other things you've witnessed on other days. All of these things kind of come together and create a picture for you. But if you're going to continue to think that life is lived by numbers, spiritual growth is accomplished by numbers, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You can lie to yourself and tell yourself that it's happening because you paid enough, because you've done this, this, and this, you've gotten that certification, you've studied under that person. I mean, you're absolutely free to convince yourself that it's happening for you. But after all that money is paid and all the certificates are on your wall, at some point, you're going to find nothing left to keep yourself busy so that you can avoid the fact that you still feel empty inside. And you feel empty because you filled yourself with other people's truths. And really, other people's truths dissolve when it hits your water of truth. It dissolves everything. That's what truth does. It dissolves illusion. And when you're taking in someone else's truth, someone else's filtered beliefs, that's an illusion. Because not the whole thing. The whole thing doesn't all apply to you. Maybe bits and pieces. You're going to waste a lot of time. If you want to get through your path as quickly as possible, recognize that you can't force quickness. You can't force this process to go the way you believe it should go. Because I promise you, your soul will teach you otherwise. It absolutely will. It'll teach you all the ways in which you've created walls, because those are the places within you that will be most heavily broken. And that's just how soul operates. All the places you feel breaking during periods of ascension cycles, those are the places where you have resisted your own growth. So whatever you think you've done for yourself, and I continue to have this lesson for myself, this common statement of, I've done the work, really? Okay. I'm not going to say that anymore, because every time I say that, my ass gets dragged. Like, so bad. So bad. Oh my God. My life claws the shit out of me when I say that. So I'm going to continue doing the work. I mean, if you think that was all the work you need, but I'm not even going to involve myself, but just know your soul will teach you things. And friendly reminder, pain is the most potent, most powerful teacher you will ever have in this life. The more painful it is, the more profound the lesson. The more profound the lesson, the less likely you will ever forget it. For example, if you touch a hot stove as a child and it was just starting to warm up, yeah, it might have felt really hot. Did it burn your hand? Probably not. Probably just stung. I forgot about that because I put my hand flat on a pan in preschool. We were making alphabet pancakes. And they asked me what letter I wanted. Yes. Okay. He's just standing there. I'm like, yes. So the preschool teacher, she had her daughter helping that day in class. And they asked me what letter. And they said they were going to put in the pan. I didn't speak English. I'm an ESL student. I didn't speak English, so I didn't know what she meant. I just knew she pointed at the pan, so I put my hand on the pan. Burned my hand. It didn't burn me enough to bubble. But yeah, no. I ended up burning myself later on. Quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit. But after I burned myself past a certain point where I actually left scars on me, like not intentional burn, but just being careless around the stove, fuck that. I'm good. I'm not letting myself get burned again. The more pain, the more profound the lesson. The less likely you will forget that lesson, the less likely you will choose to repeat it. Okay? So vision. Allow yourself to see. Okay? Allow yourself to really, really see what your soul is asking you to see about yourself. You have choices that need to be made. These choices are very, very important. Not because you're at risk of making the wrong decision. These choices are important because they determine how this lesson will play out. Sometimes if you choose left over right, the details of it are not as painful because you're more in compliance. Sometimes it'll be much harder. But no matter what, it takes you to this place of learning. You always end up at the same place, a place of learning. Exactly, Nicole. Every time I think I'm out of the dark night of the soul, something happens and my soul reminds me, not yet. If you are too focused on the end zone, your soul will constantly remind you to be fully present in the moment. And so long as you continue to focus on the end result, you're not fully present and your soul will make it further out. You'll continue that cycle, continue. It's about the illusion of control. Someone is trying to control you. They're trying to control the way you see yourself, the way you hold yourself, the regard you hold for yourself. Don't listen to them. People that do that are assholes. And not like Capricorn assholes where we just, we're going to be blunt about it. I'm talking about like unnecessary assholery. Don't listen to people who do that to you, who try and tell you that everything you do, everything you believe, it's always wrong. They're always going to contradict your personal developing thoughts. They're going to contradict. Oh, no, you're wrong. Sometimes, because I know someone that does that, when they do that, and I don't talk to them often, when they do that, where they like try and initiate a private conversation with me, ask me a question just so they can tell me I'm wrong. Bitch, why you ask me for my opinion if you're going to say it's wrong? Fucking, you know what you do? Start a live stream and talk to yourself because you don't want my opinion. You don't want my thoughts. I'm allowed to believe differently than you. It's just, I'm allowed to. And if you don't want me to believe differently than you, then don't engage me. Don't ask me for my opinion because I'm really not going to give you my opinion unless you ask me. So just know some people are just asshole-ish like that. That's why I only answer like every 20 text messages from you, and sometimes not even that, because you're asshole-ish. I don't want to deal with it. If you have something like of importance that you want to share, it's like a sharing, a giving and taking, a talking and listening. All good, all good. We don't have to agree. It's fine with me. But if you're going to consistently like, hey, what do you think about cannabis? I don't know. I feel like it has medicinal use. Oh, but there's addicts. Everyone's like, oh, then bitch, why you ask me this shit? You already formed your own opinion, So, and it's about comparison sometimes, where your soul is allowing this to happen, so you have something to compare yourself to. Not compare as in competition, but sometimes when we have such a poor perception of who we are, like for me, for example, sometimes I could be really harsh and like label myself a bitch. just because of the thoughts that I have within myself. Like, I'm not going to say it to you, but I just be thinking, this bitch, she's so full of shit. But I won't say it to you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be fake nice, but I just won't say it. And I'm like, why the fuck is this person even talking to me? And then I realize, oh, because my soul wants me to know I'm not really a bitch. I'm not like that. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not really like that. Okay, thank God. Thank you. That's when I realize that's what my soul is doing. I tell the person, oh my God, thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm out. That's only in conflict. Sometimes when there's no conflict and I tell you I appreciate you, that's because I feel it in my heart. But when I say it sarcastically, now you know. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I appreciate you. I gotta go. I gotta go. Number 14. Assurance. Assurance. You're going to go through so many different stages and seasons within yourself. It's within yourself. It's okay. You are a whole being. You are an entire freaking region. You are your own atmosphere. So stop trying to just be one season. It's okay for you to be all of them. And it's okay for people to see the totality of you and be like, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you have split personality. Oh, you're bipolar. And then you could just be like, oh, you're too small-minded to understand. I'm a totality. I'm not just going to play a role. I'm the whole fucking thing. So if you need someone who's just constantly happy, go to that. Go to that. Okay? Just go to that. I'm not that. I'm the whole thing. I'm the happy, I'm the sad, I'm the angry, I'm the ecstatic, I'm, the whole thing. You are the whole thing. So, 10 of Spring, ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. Yeah. You're being weighed down by too many responsibilities. If you're giving away so much that you have to turn around and ask other people to refill you, that's not okay. That's not appropriate. Okay? It's just not. You have to have enough for yourself. You have to. You are not someone else's burden. And when you continue to martyr yourself in order to be seen in a specific way, perceived positive way, oh my God, Felix. That's manipulation, okay? You are not an emotional manipulator. Now that you know that martyrdom is a form of manipulation, you're now going to have to begin choosing consciously. Do I want to be an emotional manipulator where I'm going to put myself in a detrimental position just so I can court a specific type of perception from someone else? And I used to do this too. I used to think martyrdom was the ultimate show of love, and it's not. It's so not. It's so not, because I'm punishing myself in order for someone else to come to me and let me know, like, oh no, you're a good person. Stop whipping yourself. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's like, when you flog yourself. I don't know if y'all have ever lived as a monk. Yeah, you flog yourself. I'm just saying, I've lived as a monk before. And that's what you would have to do. You would flog yourself just because, if Jesus suffered, I should too. Well, I thought Jesus suffered so I didn't have to. Isn't that what they teach? Like Jesus suffered to absolve you of your sins, yet we're taught continuously that we are born with sin. Then what the fuck did Jesus die for? Oh, y'all. Let me stop. I'm just saying. You can't tell me God's omnipotent. And then when you don't like something about me, whether it be my sexual orientation, my perception, my behavior, my chosen career, all of a sudden I'm evil. Well, God made me though. God made me. So you're saying God made a mistake the day he made me? And secondly, if God is a totality, why are you, and we're made in God's image, reflection, why do we call God a he? Wouldn't it be a they? Masculine and feminine together? Let me inspiring, wise, theatrical, a financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now. An unexpected supporter of your cause. Unexpected support of your cause. That gives me like a cringy feel. What is your cause? Is your cause something that is distorted, where you feel like you are owed something? You feel like someone belongs to you. You feel like you have to be heard. You have to be acknowledged. Like just a really distorted narcissism. It's basically narcissism. And hey, really quick. We all have varying degrees of narcissism. The definition of narcissism, the definition of self-love is the same thing. It's just not toxic. Varying degrees of toxicity. They're the same thing. Self-love and narcissism are the same thing. So it's like uncontrolled, out of balance, narcissistic tendencies. Someone is supporting that. She will absolutely support that. Okay. She's absolutely going to support that distorted belief, that distorted, that need to support that distortion. So let's see. 2 more cards from here, and then I gotta go. Yeah, you can absolutely get a message from your deceased pet by booking a session on my website. It's called Spiritual Bridge. All right, 2 more cards. Ooh, that's interesting. Moment-to-moment integration. Moment-to-moment, more of your truth is being integrated into your field of awareness. Moment-to-moment, you are shifting degree by degree. And these shifts that occur, they have to be allowed. You cannot grow spiritually by jumping levels, okay? You don't suddenly become someone else, because that's fakery. The truth of spiritual development, it is a process, okay? It's a process. You have to slowly allow this to happen, not try and force going from step 1 to step 1 million, failing to understand all the importance of all that steps between the beginning and the end. So, moment-to-moment integration. Each moment, each event, each lesson, each disappointment, each interaction, each new phase, each loss, everything in your life, moment to moment, you are integrating more of your truth until finally you've integrated enough that you recognize you are a totality. You let go of that duality. You let go of that, like, oh God, I have to deal with my shadow. Like, I'm just saying, it's this thing of one of the ways in which I really truly empowered myself, because I used to be so afraid of my shadow. I was afraid to do that shadow work. One of the most powerful things I've ever done was allow myself to recognize my shadow is the one thing in this life that has been present in every single life event, whether it be good, whether it be bad, whether it elevates, whether it depletes. And it's followed me around like a lovesick puppy my entire life. My entire life. It's followed me like a lovesick puppy. Within my mother's womb, I existed in shadow. It surrounded me. It protected me and gave me a safe space as I was being formed, being prepared to enter this life. So how can my shadow be evil? Why should I be afraid of it? And then when I asked myself that question, coming to that realization, I no longer was. And it was at that moment when I allowed my shadow to join me and my light on the same level field. That's the moment when I became a totality. It's no longer love and light. It's all about truth and release. Inhaling the light of your truth. Exhaling and releasing the darkness of your doubt. The concept of good and evil disappeared. It was all about truth and release. allowing my truth to enter. Whoever delivers that truth is irrelevant. And releasing that doubt, whatever way that doubt is encouraged to be released, is also irrelevant. It's just like, okay, well, so I have to choose, am I going to inhale through my left nostril or my right nostril? Am I going to exhale through my mouth? It's irrelevant. Just breathe. Just breathe. Holding your breath is not going to serve you. So just breathe. Inhale the good shit. Exhale the bad shit. So that does it for today, you guys. I'm going to go pig out in the kitchen. I'm going to go pig out. If any of you would like to get a reading for your deceased pet, please do check out my website. If you're not already subscribed to my text notifications, and the instructions to join the text notification is in the description of this video. It would be good to subscribe to that. I have some stuff that I'm planning. It's November, and what's important about November? This is when all the deals happen for Christmas. So I'm going to have a lot of secret stuff. If you are international, if you're not in the US or Canada, I think my text service only caters to the US and Canada, or maybe just the US. I don't know. Simply email contact@emmieevolving.com, and maybe I can create some sort of email list where I can give you the notification on some good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys, I got to get going. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. Join me when I'm live. Leave a comment. Buy some merch. I remember it. I told you guys, buy some merch. Gotta go. Bye, guys.